You're tuned into the Believe in Bengals show with Solomon Wilcots and Adam Pacman Jones.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Believe in Bengal podcast delivered by 828 Logistics. Adam Pacman Jones, Solomon Wilcots. Hey, we're coming off the Week 18 season finale where the Cincinnati Bengals, Adam, wins the AFC North division title for the second consecutive season. It's the first time it's ever happened in franchise history. I give our head coach, Zach Taylor, a lot of credit for this one. His leadership has been phenomenal. Want to get your thoughts on Sunday's game, winning the division, and where do we go from here?
Oh, it's a great day to be a Bengal.
That's right.
And speaking of Zach, yes, I was having this conversation with someone earlier about Mr. Brown going on the edge and hiring Zach. You know, I remember Zach when he was at UC. Zach was at UC, boom, goes and goes down to Florida, then all of a sudden the head coach. But we was talking about is it proven now that the 40 and under coaches have a more relationship with the players? I don't know. I think Zach is done a great job of getting everybody on the same page and playing on the same level. He's obviously got to be a player coach for guys to be coming up to him. You know, it looked like they're having a lot of fun. I've talked to a lot of guys over there. They say he's a player coach. I remember we was having these conversations, how would the Bengals end the season? Me and you, Solly, about 8 weeks ago. You know, nobody would have thought they would have been 14-3, except me and you. That's what we picked.
Well, they're 12-4 because they played one game shorter. But here's the key. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is a team that's won 8 in a row. They finished off the regular season winning 8 straight games. They won 10 of their last 11 games after getting off to a very slow start in September. Obviously, our quarterback was coming off an appendectomy surgery. But I think the leadership of Zach Taylor really showed up last week in the light of what happened with Damar Hamlin in the Monday night game. If you would have told Zach Taylor that, hey, when we walk off the field, we're going to postpone this game, and it's going to be to your detriment. In fact, you're going to win all these games, but if you don't beat the Ravens in the very last game, you can win the division, but we still going to flip a coin to see if you get to host that game or not. And that's where the players and the coaches were really hot. You saw Joe Mixon flip a coin after his touchdown and kick the coin out of the stadium. But what Zach Taylor did, he didn't whine. He didn't complain. Neither did the players. You know what they did? They rolled up their sleeves and say, all right, NFL, that's how you're going to do it. You're going to make us go out and beat this team with their third-string quarterback just to get a home game in the wild card round. And that's exactly what they went out and did. Zach Taylor didn't let anybody hang their heads. The players are mature enough to handle that. I thought they played great, but I think it speaks to what this team is really about, speaks to what the head coach is really about.
Yeah, and I'm so happy we won that game, bro, because, you know, it's even better that you win it outright without a flip of a coin.
That's right.
Or anything like that. You know, we're the champs. We're back-to-back champs. First time in Bengals history, I think they said.
Yeah,
it's the first time in history.
Back-to-back AFC North division titles. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a chance to win one of those one year, and where the heck I think we was partners in a year after that. But man, this is good. This is good for the city. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm waiting for playoffs. We might have to go to this one, Solly.
Oh, ain't no doubt. Hey, think about this. You know, in light of it, when everything was going down in that Monday night game, because it's clear that Coach Taylor wasn't happy with the way that they went out and did it. By virtue of postponing, or really canceling the game,
yeah,
they said that nothing in the game counts. Like the touchdown by Tyler Boyd, it's like it never happened.
No stats or nothing?
So, no stats, nothing. The NFL said that game never even mattered. They're not going to make up the game. And so by virtue of the fact that we're 12-4, the Cincinnati Bengals have no way of hosting the AFC Championship game unless both the Kansas City Bills and the Buffalo Bills lose. But we had going into the last game, we had no way of winning a number 1 seed. Prior to that day on Monday night, we had everything out in front of us. And what I loved about Zach Taylor is that he didn't try to negotiate in that moment. When Damar Hamlin had been rushed off to the hospital, he didn't try to barter with Sean McDermott and say, look, do you want to take this one as a forfeit? Hey, we want to finish the game, so you sure you don't want to? He could have tried to use that moment to negotiate something better for the team, and maybe it would have worked out where they would have ended up with a better seat or whatever. But he really did. I think everyone put the kid first. They put the Buffalo Bills' needs and desires before their own. And I'm telling you right now today, and I've always respected Zach Taylor because I thought he's a good coach, but I think everyone now sees that we have ourselves a good coach as our head coach here at the Bengals.
Yeah, and not only Zach on that the way they handle that, man. The whole organization, to the team, starting with the head coach, to the players, to the trainers, even to the fans. Our fans have been down at the hospital every day. I had a chance. I was actually out of town, and I had a chance to ride back by there, when I got back, because I just wanted to, hopefully let him feel some of the energy, that everybody was going through. But the city and our team and everybody around here have showed nothing but tremendous support and respect. So shout out to Cincinnati, man. We did a hell of a job.
Listen, there's no doubt. I want to give a shout out to our very own Jeff Ruby of Ruby Steakhouse, who went down there. He brought dinners to the family, to the Hamlin family. He fed them. And we all know that's some good eating, man. So kudos to the Ruby family for all that they've done for this city and for standing up and really just opening their doors to the Hamlin family while they were at the hospital. And while Damar was fighting for his life, he stepped up and was really able to be helpful in supporting and comforting them. I want to thank the NFLPA alumni chapter here in Cincinnati, former players who went down there and made sure that the family had toiletries and had a lot of the things that they needed. Remember, they don't live here in Cincinnati. They drove all the way from Pittsburgh to be by the son of Damar Hamlin. And so a lot of those essential things that were needed, many of the former players of the NFL Players Association, the alumni chapter here in Cincinnati, were able to provide those things. All right, we're going to take a break. Adam, when we come back, we're going to be joined by our performer of the week. That's right, the guy who made it happen, week 18. I'm going to say it like this. Literally, it was like taking candy from a baby because he stole the ball from the Baltimore Ravens. We'll be back with more of the Believe in Bengal podcast delivered by 828 Logistics when we come back after this. Adam Pacman Jones, we got ourselves a very special guest, and he is our performer of the week, week 18, as the Bengals take down the Baltimore Ravens. He's got a way of coming up with the football, and everybody loves him here in the Queen City. Cincinnati Bengals free safety Jessie Bates in the house. Jesse, how you doing today?
Yo, what up, fellas? I'm doing well, man. Just another day in the office. Enjoy that victory last night, celebrate a little bit with my family, some of the teammates, and then get right back to work. We got a home game again here in Cincinnati. That's always special, not just, to the organization, but to the whole city. So hopefully our fans can go out there and, show out once again.
What up, Jess? First of all, I want to say thank you for joining me in Solid.
Right, you already know.
Your new name is Big 30, all right? Big 30, man. The way you playing, bro, we got to put Big 30 on there. You know what I'm saying? The way you ripped that ball out of there this week, we'll get into it. But Big 30, man, we appreciate you for coming on the show.
Absolutely, man.
Just tell us what it's like. And, I've always said this about you. You're one of the foundational guys to this organization. It's not easy to turn around a team that had struggled and then to go in and win 2 back-to-back AFC North division titles in the same division with the Ravens and the Steelers. You and I both know that's just no small happening. So help us understand how you guys got it done 2 years in a row, Jesse.
Yeah. The first year, you kind of think about, the way we started, it felt like we were kind of like the underdogs the whole way, stepping up. And then, this year starting off with the 0-2 start, I feel like a lot of people were questioning what we were about. Was that a fluke and stuff like that? But One thing I think that we did well in this locker room was, you never see anybody point any type of fingers, no type of palms up on the film. It was just always a consistent goal, a consistent mindset that we was going to get better each and every week. To end the season 8-0, shit, that's hard to do when you play the teams that we did. And now, shit, we got the Ravens coming back in town. All that stuff during the regular season don't really matter anymore because it's win or go home at the end of the day.
Speaking of that, y'all was on 2. Y'all did win 8 of the last game. Tell us about how Zach kept you guys all on the same page and getting through this week too. I mean, last week. How did he get you guys focused to play this week? What was his message for this week and moving forward?
Yeah, Zach do a good job, man. He's been in the same chairs that we're in now, so he understands. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of our bodies, knowing when to. We had a couple short weeks. He knows how to go into there with the walkthroughs. Very detailed in everything that we do. Anytime you have a good team, obviously you got to have a great coaching staff, and that goes with Coach Lou, Zach, everybody on our coaching staff. I mean, it's a lot of experience, a lot of, like I said, experience seeing a lot of football. So I think they got the right mindset and gives our players, people in the locker room, confidence to go out there and execute the game plan.
Hey, Jesse, how important was it, man, after hearing from the league last week? Because I thought you guys were going to end up with that number 1 seed. The way you guys were rolling as one of the hottest teams in this league, but seemed like that opportunity was taken away from you guys with the decisions they made. But guys like yourself, leaders like yourself, Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, how important was it that you guys accept what came down the pike? You just went out and played. I didn't see any complaining or whining or whatever. How important was it that you guys handle that the right way to go roll up your sleeves and just go back to work?
Yeah. Anytime you got a team that's, on a hot streak and then you go in the locker room before the game, you see the inactive list and you see that, certain guys not playing. A lot of people in this league will back down. They act like they're not playing either. But I think our guys did a really good job just coming in and just taking care of business. Obviously, there is stuff to clean up on the tape, but at the end of the day, anytime you win in this league, it's hard to do, whether that's against the backups. You see upsets all the time. Yeah. I think we did a really good job of just staying focused. And then you even got Joe Mix with the celebration with the coin flip. So we had a little fun with all the stuff that was going on last week. So yeah, man, good.
Speaking of fun, playing with Joe Burrow, bro. Tell us something funny about him, bro. It seems amazing the things that he's doing. Tell the people, because I know, we got a lot of people on here. They want to know something about Joe. Can you give him something?
Yeah, man. It's Joe is he like a brother to me, man. It's just that bond, that connection that we got. Anytime that kind of connection gets spread throughout the whole locker room, and when it's your quarterback, that's, you know what I'm saying, it's easy to go into work having that belief that we're gonna get the job done. But a story, shoot, I mean, you could talk about yesterday. You never really see the quarterback handing out cigars around the whole locker room.
Yeah.
That should kind of just tell you, that's one example right there, what kind of, quarterback that we got here in Cincinnati. So I always tell people I wouldn't be surprised if it's a dead body in that man's basement, man. That boy a killer.
Hey, I was thinking about Muhammad Ali. We were talking about Joe Burrow on the show on Sirius XM NFL Radio. It's kind of like when Ali used to walk in the gym and say, "I'm knocking out all bums." It's like Joe Burrow ain't leaving nothing. I mean, he taking out everybody, and you just got to love that attitude. Tell me about the game you had on Sunday, man. You just do such an excellent job of understanding what quarterbacks are doing, where they want to go with the ball. You can read offenses, their formations, and just have this great sense. That's why you got 14 career picks in just a short time in the league. You came up with 4 already this season. Just kind of talk to us about the way that you approach that game, man. And listen, when a guy is running the ball like Sammy Watkins, show him some respect. You can't take the ball from him like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, man. True. I mean, I feel like as a defense, that's what we kind of created as our standard, man. You see every level you see everybody punching at the ball. You go back and look at all those games throughout the season where You see Von Bell punch the ball out in New England.
Right.
You see Pratt grab the ball in Kansas City. So it's just a standard I feel like that we've kind of, as players, taken advantage of. Just anytime we get an opportunity, try to strip out the ball, get the ball back to number 9, and good things going to happen. So like you said, anytime, you in the open field like that, you never really think about stripping the ball. But, we had our defensive guys, they was running to the ball after Cam gave up the back shoulder, and we got the ball out. I was just in that situation. So happy I was able to get that opportunity. But yeah, that's just, like I said, that we've created here in Cincinnati.
Hey, before you check out of here, I want to ask you one other question. I love the approach that Zach took as far as the preseason to now. You guys look so fresh. Do you think that approach that he took early on in the season is the reason why y'all so fresh toward the playoffs right now and toward the end of the season, at the end of the season?
Like I said, Zach know what we're feeling, know what kind of conversations are being had in the locker room. So yeah, like you said, throughout the preseason, he knows when we're getting good work. He communicates when it's live, communicates when it's not live. So there's no gray area there as to when it's time to turn it on. So it's it's easy to play for a coach that has a respect for the game, respect for the players, and the type of work that we do. So like you said, Pat, I mean, anytime you got a coach like that want to take care of you, take care of the players, take some days off, but mentally stay focused in the game plan. I mean, it's easy to play hard for a coach like that. So much respect to Zach, for sure.
Hey, Jesse, one more question before we let you go. We appreciate you taking the time. Baltimore Ravens, with Lamar Jackson, without Lamar Jackson. You guys are going to play them for the second week in a row. This is the first time that the Bengals and Ravens have ever met in the postseason. He didn't play in the Week 18 game. There's a chance he could play this week. Give us an idea of what they're like with him, what they're like without him, and what's got to take place in order for us to come out of here with a win. Yeah.
Anytime you face against, an MVP of the league, I feel like that kind of gets me going a little bit more, gets me a little hype. But obviously, like I said, anytime you play somebody like that caliber, obviously it's going to be a different game. Him being able to touch the ball every snap, getting outside the pocket, making plays with his feet and his arm. I think that's something that's completely different. Obviously, you can't really practice and try to game plan for it throughout practice. But I mean, we faced them enough. We're very familiar with each other. And sure, we're going to have to throw down here in Cincinnati. It's a night game, too.
Sunday night. Everybody's watching.
Tell the city to come out, man. It's going to be a good time for us.
Yeah, we got to have Paycor Stadium rocking, Cincinnati Bengals fans. Who they? Jessie Bates, free safety, Cincinnati Bengals. This is the guy that I'm telling you, man, he's like a cat burglar. If the ball's in the air, it belongs to him. Big 30, Jessie Bates. Appreciate you joining us, man. We greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you down the road. We'll be back with more. The Believe in Bengal podcast delivered by 828 Logistics right here on Bally Sports, Ohio. Joe Burrow began the game against the Baltimore Ravens, completing 5 of his first 5 passes. And then a couple got away from him. I thought he had T. Higgins down the sideline. Could have been a touchdown. Came back on a few plays later and then sticks one into Jamar Chase. I'll give Joe Burrow credit. This is a guy that set a new franchise record with 35 touchdown passes this season. He has 23 straight games with a touchdown pass. And, oh, by the way, he played in fewer games than any other quarterback in the season. Like, they don't get to play their 17th game. And I think he would have broke even more records.
Yeah, so do we get to add one on there? I don't get it. I don't know how this go. I don't know how this is going to go for the history book, Solly. It's totally out. Confused.
It's gone. It's never coming back.
Well, he will always hold the record for 7? How many games we played this year? We supposed to have
it's 16 games. We were supposed to play 17. Yeah, but he holds the record. He broke his own record, so it's his own record. He set that record 2 years in a row. This time, 35 touchdown passes on the season.
And yeah, Joe's special, man. He was only 24 for 42, but the work, like you said, a couple balls got away from But man, he's special, man. The ball that he threw to Chase down there for the touchdown, he moved the ball all the way around. It was 7, 8 guys that had over 50. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that had over 50 yards. So he's getting the ball around. But if you gonna have an off day, let's have it that last week, because this week I'm just so eager to see what the performance that the Bengals have. I sent the message that the linebacker to every Bengals player and they DM. I want y'all to see this. This how they talk. This is who they think running this round here. They ain't running them around here. We running this.
I like it. Of course, you can clue us in, tell us what you said. What was said?
Well, you haven't seen the article of what's the boy name on ESPN? I can't even think his damn name off the top of my head. My phone just died too. William, what's it? I can't think his name. When he was saying that Joe Burrow come to the Ravens trying to run the score up, bum, he put a target on his head. That was what he said last year. This year, he was trying to say it was T. Higgins' fault for the hit.
Oh, Bart Scott.
I couldn't think his damn name. That's it is, Bart Scott.
Bart Scott, man. Hey,
but
man.
you know, it's just a little fuel in the fire against the Ravens, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, look, the AFC North division is always going to be heated. And,
the Steelers,
you know, sometimes you say it ain't personal. This is just business. No, it's personal. It's personal. Anytime Bengals playing the Steelers, anytime Bengals playing the Ravens, anytime Bengals playing the Browns, it's personal and it's business. Both simultaneously. And it's so much, I'm going to just tell you this. Lou Anaromo got his fingerprints all over this thing too. Because 4 takeaways that turned into 21 points. They Trey Hendrickson, just grown man, went in and just took the ball from him and got a touchdown with the offense still sitting on the sideline. I love what Joe Burrow said. He said, look, our defense took over. This one belongs to them. And I thought on Sunday, the defense, Jessie Bates, of course, who joined us here on the show, coming up with a key interception. It was just one play after another. Couple of interceptions, couple of fumbles. Jessie Bates gets the rip from Sammy Watkins at the end of the game. Game was still hanging in the balance, but he put it away with that takeaway.
And I think Lou did a great job too, because he didn't show too much of nothing this week. You know, they played cover 2, a little cover 3, and a couple plays a quarter and 2 jams. So I'm eager to see his game plan. We already know how Lou is so good at strategically planning things. To me, he's by far this year, he's the best defensive coordinator in the league. He's definitely of the time he's been in here, top 5. So I'm eager to see how we do.
I have no doubt. In fact, let's take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the upcoming game against the Baltimore Ravens. That is the wild card round of the playoffs, and also talk to you about what's taking place around the NFL, because these job openings elsewhere could mean some of our guys could get poached with the way the Cincinnati Bengals, 2-time AFC defending champions, are rolling up through here. We're back on the Believe in Bengal podcast, delivering about 828 Logistics on Valley Sports, Ohio. Adam, we're going into this wild card round against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not going to ask who wins and why. I'm just going to ask you, why are the Bengals going to win this game?
Because the Bengals run the AFC North. That's why. Everything come through us. Everything. Joe Burrow.
Hey, man, look, we back-to-back weeks, we lost our right tackle in Lyle Collins. Looks like we're going to be possibly without our right guard, Alex Kappa. I'm going to need some offensive linemen to step up, okay? Jackson Carman, I'm gonna need you to step up, bro. I'm going to need some other guys, Akeem Adeniji, need you to step up. We need you, baby. We need you. Bengal Nation need the offensive line to step up for Joe Burrow. We're going to win this game, man, because we got great defense. We know how to turn the ball over. We know how to put pressure on the opposing quarterback. We play complementary football. And Joe Burrow, at the end of the day, baby, he's ready to slice and dice. I respect the Baltimore Ravens defense. They're one of the best in the NFL. We didn't show them everything. They didn't show us everything. I do think they had us kind of dialed in on our little bubble screens to the flat, though. They had everybody over there, man. That was crazy. But then guess what? They went chasing it one time, and we got Higgins wide open down the field. We got a hit on that.
Yeah.
So that's why we're going to win. But also, man, around the NFL, Adam, I want to get you to weigh on this. Woke up on Monday morning, Lovie Smith already fired as the Houston Texans head coach. Cliff Kingsbury out after 4 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. He was there. He had Kyler Murray there. He's gone now. We know that Steve Wilks, the interim coach, took over in Carolina. That's a job opening, as well as in Denver. They're said to be courting with Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh, the head coach at the University of Michigan. What do you make of all of this? What stands out the most to you?
I don't know. As a coach, do I want the Arizona job or the Denver job? Because those 2 quarterbacks are not going nowhere. So that's how I'm looking at it. If I'm Arizona, do I think Kyler Murray had the tools to win? I don't know, Solly. I don't know. Like, his feet is not good as Lamar. It don't look like he can see over the pocket. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical to take that job, you know. Denver, as bad as Russ is, I think Russ, if he get the right coach, offensive coordinator, that might can turn around. Carolina, who knows? Anybody could be a coach there from what they telling us. I don't know. Harbaugh, if Harbaugh take a job, I like him either at Denver or Arizona. But do we think he can work with Kyler?
That remains to be seen if he takes the Arizona job. Denver is the one who's courting Coach Harbaugh right now, so he would be working with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has a 10-year record in this league of doing very well. I still think he has some good years ahead of him. I always say good players cannot overcome bad coaching. If you give a player, he could be as good as he want to be, but if you give him a plan that's bad, he gonna look at that thing and say, Coach, what you want me to do with this? I can't make that work, bro. You got us playing the wrong coverages. You got us checking to the wrong play. Look, I'm not casting aspersions at Cliff Kingsbury. I'm just saying any player. You just can't overcome bad coaching. I think good coaches can overcome bad players because they ain't gonna have them do something that they cannot do. As for Cliff Kingsbury, I think he just signed a new contract 10 months ago. He's well paid. He'll be okay. I think Arizona has the right to move on because things went backwards this year. And that was a team that, when you look at how the Rams, they were bothered by injuries. There's no way they were going to repeat as Super Bowl champions. Now, the 49ers are still strong. Seattle came out of nowhere to make the playoffs. In Arizona, you were nowhere to be found in the mix. So they are going backwards. They're moving one way when they should be moving forward. The Houston Texans, they fired Lovie Smith after 1 year. It's the second year in a row the Houston Texans has fired a coach after 1 year. You know why? Because both coaches were brought in as a sham. I do not think that the hiring of Dave Culley for 1 year was legitimate. I don't think that they wanted him to turn around and be successful. I do not think that 1 year that Lovie Smith was given the job that he was brought in to be successful and turn it around. It was a stopgap measure. And so you know what he decided to do, Adam? He decided to win the final game of the 2022 season. Because had he lost it, the Texans would have got the first overall pick in next year's draft. He went out and won it. And they promptly walked him into a room and said, you know what? You're fired. Now, he knew he was getting fired anyway. So he said, well, I'm not leaving you with the first overall pick. I'm winning this game because that's what we do in this league. You can't get any self-respecting coach or self-respecting 53 guys in the locker room to throw a game just to get a draft pick. Not in my locker room, you can't.
Mine either. Hell no. No, we play for the name on the back of our jersey, not for the front name on the front of the jersey. Now, we are a unit, and that's put us together. That's why we represent that Bengal. But we play for that name on the back of our jersey. You know what I mean? So I'm with playing hard. I'm with leaving your mark. And I truly feel like karma is a motherfucker. When you do stuff like that, you either end up getting hurt or something else happens. So play hard, man. This is a privilege to play this game. It's a lot a lot of people would give probably their whole left hand to dress up on a Sunday, man.
It's a bad mojo going on in Houston. 12 plus losses for 3 straight years. Everybody wanted out. DeAndre Hopkins wanted out. J.J. Watt wanted out. Okay, Deshaun Watson wanted out. Over the last 2 years, you check it, they've signed more players to 1-year contracts than any other team in the league over the last 2 off seasons. They're not building. They're doing something. It's unrecognizable to me, so I can't clearly define what they're doing. I know what they're not doing. They're not trying to win. So good luck, Houston Texans, with that. I don't know.
That Ponzi scheme.
That's some Bernie Madoff, bro. Y'all have to. That's Bernie Madoff if I've ever seen it. All right, Adam. Hey, man, it's been a great show. Hey, everyone, stick around. It's been great. Go Bengals, Who Dey Nation. We got to win it this week because we want to be right back here on Bally Sports Ohio, going into the divisional round of the playoffs. We want to thank you for joining us right here on the Believe in Bengal podcast, delivered by 828 Logistics on Bally Sports Ohio. We'll see you next week, everyone.